Hey, good people, welcome to Coffee Circle. Grab your coffee and let's get into it because this is gonna be a week. Have you ever been overwhelmed? Not because you didn't know what to do, but just because you can see everything that needed to be done all at once? That's different. Sometimes overwhelm isn't coming from confusion. Sometimes you have too much clarity at the same time. You can see the vision, you can see what needs to be built, you can see where it's going. And because you can see it, you feel responsible for carrying it all right now. But seeing the whole blueprint doesn't mean that you have to build a whole house today. The blueprint is not necessarily today's to-do list. And that's something that has always been an opportunity for me. And honestly, transparent moment, I battle it every single day. Knowing when to stop. Knowing that I can have an idea and that doesn't mean I immediately need to put it in production. Knowing that there's a room that opened up in the house and I don't have to stop and try to design it and what paint color and what furniture and what's going to go with what. Knowing that I can write it down, I could give it a name, I could give it a space, I could give it attention by acknowledging it and putting it where it needs to go until it's time to come off the shelf. It's knowing that God shows me something and it's not necessarily an instruction for today. And he can show me that it exists, so I'll recognize it when it's time to build it. And my biggest opportunity is, Elizabeth, you can't get it all done in one day. Elizabeth, you've done a lot. Elizabeth, stop looking at what you haven't done and look at what you have done. Elizabeth, stop looking at what you still need to do and look at what you're doing right now. This 4.5 hours that you've spent today making clay with this little boy, you didn't rush him. You didn't say, Hudson, get it together. I have other stuff to do. Okay, maybe I said it once if I'm being honest. But then it hit me. This is the assignment. You've done a lot today already. Take time to do this. And I created and I made some slabs that I need to finish for tomorrow. But I gave him a one-on-one masterclass. He asked why this, I answered. He's taken my jewelry classes twice before. He's seen me work here. But to make it all about him, even when he got frustrated and I want to say, just go in your room, you're grounded. I worked through the frustration and I reminded him, this is why I'm showing you. You have to listen and you have to learn these techniques so that you could do this going forward. And now do you see why mom told you this part right here? And to see the excitement on his face and to see the joy in him creating and to teach him, okay, what canvases are you thinking about putting these products on? It's just like that slowed me down. And it's like, the things that are coming is, Elizabeth, tomorrow will still be here. What you don't get today will continue to move. The house is still functioning. This is a part of the house. Isn't he a part of the house? And I'm like, yeah. Responsibility is not the same as carrying. I have learned that I don't have to carry everything in my head all the time. Has been such a huge relief for me in setting up systems that actually work. It's like my brain says, I need a break. We're about to put in for a leave of absence. And if we leave, child, what you gonna do? And I've had to pause and say, I need a cognitive brain break. And I've called Chris and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm on a cognitive brain break. He's like, what? I was like, I just need a break. So I decided to call you. As I'm walking outside, and it was just like, I laughed, he laughed, he was in the moment, so I motivated him, and he just made me, like, it was nice. I came back refreshed from my cognitive brain break, and I've developed SOPs, and I noticed that I have constant meetings throughout the day, and those meetings help me to lead the relief off. And I've noticed that when I have those meetings, I've been putting things where they go more quickly, more effectively versus still sitting in. Because you can have a meeting and develop systems and say, okay, we need to do this, but not go put things where they go. Don't put things in the room. Leave them all in the living room. And then it's like, that really didn't help. So I'll have a meeting and it's like, okay, well, when we develop this SOP for this system, we need to mention this. So I'll set the outline. I'll put that as a note. So when I do go to that system, all of those notes carry over, which has helped me from going back, getting extra overloaded, putting time, effort, energy, and frustration, because I know it was 3 things that I was supposed to bring to this meeting that I didn't catch from those other meetings. And it's helped. I've been doing production rooms. I've been doing, okay, well, this is when I'm going to take care of this. My blocks are blocking. Yeah, audibles and all these things are coming, but it helps to have some kind of core. And today I explained that system to Hudson and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, he's like, what do you mean? What time are we going to do it? I was like, okay, listen, mom has blocks. When you're still sleeping, mom gets up at 4. From 5 to 8 is my headquarters block. That's my Bible study. That's my meeting with God. That's my get my life together. That's my development hours. Then I have a 30-minute break. Then from after that, from this time to this time, that's my ministry block. That's when I should be doing these things. Then after that, I should have lunch from this time to this time. And after that, I have a creative block. That's when I can paint and make things, do all this. Now, all those blocks don't block. After that, I said I should be off like 5 o'clock, 4 to 5. That's when I can have Hudson. And that's when I can have life. And I can go to the gym and we can, So it's been helping. He was like, oh, okay. So today I'm like, remember, mom's working. He's like, well, can you come work in my room? I'm like, yes. The uncomfortable beanbag chair. But I did it and I'm like, remember, friend. So we talked and we laughed, but I could do it while I was doing that, while I was editing content and scheduling a system and doing all that. And then there was moments where in the living room tonight, he was like, well, can you? And I was like, not right now. I really need to focus on this. Can you not play music? Can you not do this? I just really need to focus on this. And he understands. And it's staying systeming, but also being communicative in that, but knowing that I'm still not carrying it all. Yeah, I'm still parenting. Yeah, he still talks to me. Yeah, he still asks me stuff. Yeah, I still stop and do things for him. Not everything, because the boy's about to be 11 and he ain't 3. Okay? Can you heat me up some pizza? Don't you see me? Mom life. Okay? Working in the room that I'm actually in has helped. And I've come to understand that my house is massively ginormous. And each time another room opens up and another blueprint gets downloaded, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I thought that I was working this and this is what I'm doing. And he's like, yeah, you are. But that opens up this. And these are the houses and these are rooms. But once again, it goes back to just because I give you a blueprint and just because I give you a download doesn't mean we need to go to all of these stores and Elizabeth needs to get her home decor book out and start sketching. No, I'm showing you what's to come. So I've come to understand that as I'm going on my journey in my knapsack, I can say, oh, this is going to be for future for this. Oh, and this is why he showed me this, because this is building this. Because God shows you a lot of times ending before he shows you the beginning, which means he shows you something to let you know what you're going to, which does give you, to give you a hope in the future. However, what I've learned to do is that while I'm in a room, be in that room. Don't be in that room and try to have my foot in all these other rooms. So if I'm in a publishing house and I'm publishing things and I'm trying to figure it out, then that needs to have all of my attention. That's not the moment where I need to be multitasking and trying to do this and trying to do this. I need to give all of my attention to that, because the publishing house, baby, the publishing house be publishing, meaning that it is intricate. It is so detailed and minute in all of this vocabulary that I'm like, what does that mean? Alexa, can you tell me? And it's learning, and I've had to take cognitive brain breaks to walk away to say, okay, I read that twice and I'm still lost. Okay. And then I'll come back and something will click. And then I'll ask 50 million questions because I want to make sure that I'm understanding as these rapid downloads are coming. If I'm with Hudson, I'm with Hudson. And I used to multitask. Now, sometimes I still will. But if it's during a block, it's during a block. Like today, I was on the couch with him. He's like, can you just sit in here with me? I was working. So I was with him, but I wasn't fully with him because that was different. However, if we're watching something, we're watching it. I do my best to put something aside and say, this is his time. Today with Clay, I was attentive. I didn't post. I didn't check. I didn't do anything. I worked on my stuff and then I gave him the rest of my time to be present with him. We laughed. There was some little silly dance he did and he's like, can you do this? I was like, really? What is that? He's like, you can't do it on the rug. You can't do it on that floor. You can't do it with shoes on. So I did it and I was like, Hudson, what? That was so easy. But it was giving him that moment to, can you repeat the steps of this little dance that I'm doing? And I did it. And he laughed. That's being fully present with him in that. If I'm resting, rest. Now that's not easy for me. It's not easy. I have to be doing something. And if I'm not doing something, I feel like I'm wasting time. I'm getting behind. And that's a challenge for me. Saturday, I woke up. I did a whole block of systeming things. I went and coached a basketball game. And then afterwards, Chris was like, let's go to lunch. He's like, do you have time? And I was like, I really have a lot to go home and do. And I wasn't feeling well. I really wasn't. I mucinex and allergied up to go coach that game, which was a game. So I was like, you know what? Sure, let's go. So we went, and then I came back and laid down. I took a nap. He took a nap, and I just binge watched the show. And I was like, you know what? I feel bad because I'm resting, but I heard God say, you can't go any further if you don't rest and recover. You need rest. Take the day. Don't do anything. You've done enough for today. And I'm like, but I didn't do this. And I didn't do this. And I didn't do this. And I had a moment, like tears came out of my face. And he's like, Elizabeth. And I'm like, yes, sir. It's like, you're off. Be off. Don't do anything else. Don't do anything else. Don't have another meeting. Don't have anything. Just be still and rest. And honestly, it felt great. I was asleep before 11. Like, I think I watched like 5 or 6 episodes. Chris was like, how can you watch this? I was like, it's almost like a movie, but you know, he's like, I just can't see it. I was like, I love it. It was some show on Prime. It was good. I still have 2 more episodes to watch. But anyway, it's a shift. That's the shift. The shift is actually being present in what house, what room you're doing then. And then at the end of that shift, leaving. If another shift starts, it starts. And if not, I leave it until the next shift picks up in that room. Capacity actually grows through stewardship, not overload. You don't prove you're capable by actually exhausting yourself. You actually learn how to carry more by not trying to carry everything yourself. Your systems carry, your schedules carry, your archives carry, your teams carry, your processes carry. Rest actually carries you into the next day, which I'm learning. And it does feel nice when you wake up rested versus waking up extra foggish and not know what's going on. Hi, my name is Elizabeth and I'm a member of that club. I'll bring the snacks to the next meeting. And within your framework, God actually carries what was never yours to carry in the first place. What have I been carrying simply because I can see it? I literally have been carrying the weight of my finances like all by myself. And I know that God provides. I've seen him. I've witnessed it. Words, I'm speechless when it comes to that. But I see my bank account and I see what's coming in. And I'm like, okay, God, this looking real suspect. There's no revenue coming in. My account is negative. I have to get these bills paid. There's more coming. And he says, but do you trust me? Are you showing up for work? Are you focusing on what I'm telling you to focus on? When are you going to release that completely to me? And it's like, okay, I'm gonna focus. And I'm like, but you have me doing all this other stuff. And I should be focused on revenue. I should be making products. I should be doing this. And he's like, but are you not? It's my ways. Do you trust me? Are you letting fear lead? And I release it. And as it comes back up, I go, okay, but I did this today. And I did what he instructed today. And I followed the playlist for today. And letting go completely is easier said than done. But I know that he is a God of his word. And I know that his word shall not come back void. So I know that what I'm doing is being obedient. And my job is to be obedient. That's where I stop. That's where I drop off the load. His job is the outcome. So that I see the bank account, that I see the bills, doesn't mean that I stop being obedient to his will. Because by being obedient to his will is a qualification for him to deliver the outcome. What can I put into a system instead of continuing to carry mentally? Ooh, child. Scheduling. All of these different houses, all of these different rooms, all of these different hats. Like, it is, I said I wasn't going to say the word a lot anymore. I'm just going to say the house is massive. The house is housing. The houses are housing, because it's not just one. The rooms are rooming. The floor is flooring. We even got all the basics. We have foundation. We have floors. We have walls. We have electrical. We have plumbing. We have flooring. We have AC. Now the rooms are being furnished. The rooms are being schematized before we feel them. So we're laying out. We're drawing the blueprints for where things are going to go. And that's SOPs. That's production rooms. That's scheduling. And all of that, as it comes out of my head and as it comes out, it's like weights. Little weights are being lifted, but it's getting to the point, okay, now it's out. We need to follow it. Setting alarms, doing these things. And those systems, by helping me to not carry them mentally, I'm able to be more present when it comes to being time with Hudson. I'm able to be more present when it's spending time with my mom and laughing with her. It's spending time with Chris, spending time with Elizabeth. Like, it literally helps take off some of that to where I can breathe and I can flow and I can be present and actually joy and the joy of the Lord, the fruit of the Spirit, actually enjoy that part, because that's all a part of the house too. I challenge you to take one thing that you've been carrying mentally and give it a home. Put it on a calendar. Write it in a parking lot. Like, put it in the correct project. Schedule it for another day. Create a note. Delegate it. Do whatever you have to do to get it out of your hands for today, because you know that this isn't the day that you're supposed to work on it. You don't have to carry the whole vision today. You only have to faithfully steward the part that's in your hands right now. I will see you guys Wednesday for Pep Rally. Bye, good people.